Hey, Big Brother fans. Well, BB27 wraps tonight, and I'm excited to see where the votes land because Vince may leave broke, single, jobless, and homeless. If his parents changed the locks while he was gone, I sure would have done it. It's Belinda. Click subscribe if you're not following. We're going to be doing Big Brother Amazing Race coverage, so check back with us. Tonight at 8:30 p.m., finale night kicks off. We'll see round one and round two that already played out with Morgan taking HOH part one and Ashley taking HOH part two, and Vince taking a crap in his pants because he has got no control and a slim hope of making it into the final two tonight. Ashley thinks it might be what the bleep for round three. I can see that. They just did days with that giant slide piece comp, and historically speaking, the final HOH is going to be something about the jurors. So let's do a little last minute live feeds update before we talk about who is going to win tonight. Morgan told Ashley that Vince always said he would take her to final two, but told others he would cut her. Morgan says she'll never know if Vince was lying because he won't be getting to decide tonight. And Ashley did say that Morgan could watch the season back and see for herself because Ashley thinks he's lying. But Morgan said she will never watch the season. So kind of interesting. Ashley, Cam talked and also talked to Vince. She adores Morgan. She's a genuinely nice person, takes care of people, beautiful inside and out. And for those obvious reasons, Ashley doesn't want to sit next to Morgan in final two, and I tend to agree. Ashley let Vince know that she was going to take him to final two if she wins. So unfortunately, that gave him time to work up a version of his final two speech specifically aimed at beating Ashley. I'm not sure why she warned Beanie Baby so that he had time to prepare. Why not blindside? Plus, Vince took that info to Morgan, hoping it would help convince her to take Vince to final two. He told Morgan Ashley planned to cut her, and Morgan had a whole entire Edvard Munch-esque meltdown. Morgan was rage crying about working her ASS off all season, and then someone can take you out and win the whole game. So Vince was watching her temper fit. As Morgan said, I have no choice but to win tomorrow. What was funny about that was Vince is in exactly the same position with Morgan that she is in with Ashley, with zero awareness that she was kind of preaching to the choir. If you ask Vince, he would probably say he worked his ASS off only to be cut right at the end by the girl he's been crushing on for 84 days. So Vince pleaded and begged and said he thought it was going to be him and Morgan at the end, not him versus her. Vince was whining to Morgan that he really needs second place, and it just kept on to the point where Vince just annoyed her and Morgan told him to stop, and then Vince didn't stop and he made Morgan cry, and then it finally stopped. So Vince finally gave in and said he'll forgive Morgan if she sends him out because he loves her so much. But then he tried one last time and said he would lose to Morgan at final two anyway, so why not take him? And every argument she had for why she should cut him, he was countering it. Anyway, Morgan did make sure that Vince is going to give her his vote if he's in jury, because Morgan is very likely going to send him there if she wins part three, unless something changes drastically that we don't see because the feeds are down and they're going to stay down till next summer. So we'll see on tonight's episode that Vinny had a 20-minute lead on Ashley in final HOH part two, and he squandered it because he misunderstood the instructions. That led to Ashley winning and Vince having a total meltdown in front of comp host Frankie Grande and also in the house afterwards. I sure hope we get to see the full Beanie Baby fit and Morgan changing his diaper and getting his pacifier. You know, maybe she doesn't want to date Vince. Maybe at 34, Morgan's biological clock is ticking and she's parenting. She tucked Kelly in every night, and that bug collector is a living nightmare, but she still took care of her. Morgan has petted Vince all season long and fed people. I think Morgan's going to be a good mom. I just hope she gets better children than the ones she and Rachel were raising this summer. Some more fun stuff from the latest and last live feeds. Ashley once again had toilet paper hanging out of her waistband. And to clarify, I don't think that's TP she wiped with. I think Ashley's laying strips on the toilet seat so she doesn't put her butt directly on it. I mean, I do that sometime depending on the venue of the toilet, but I'm not sure having germy TP in your pants is really helping you avoid ick and germs, but that is the most probable explanation for why it's trailing behind her more than once this season. Morgan and Vince said a backyard goodbye to the live feeders and said they hoped they were entertaining, and boy, were they. Morgan also said that watching Big Brother on TV does no justice to how hard it is to be in the BB house, and Vince agreed, as Morgan said, it tests you like nothing else. So the live feeds are shut down. Voting has closed for AFP. And in case you didn't watch our video, we did a little poll on AFP and talked about it here. It's resoundingly in favor of Keanu, with Rachel in second place and a huge margin between them and anybody else. I really hope Keanu wins it just to watch the look on Ava's face. It definitely should be either Keanu or Rachel. I tend to think it's going to be Keanu. I've seen people saying it's only casuals voting for Keanu, and there's been a big effort by Brendan Viegas and Rachel's sister, Alyssa, to get votes for Rachel. But I don't think it's just casuals that like Keanu. I see a lot of live feed watchers commenting here who really adore Keanu. I got to admit, I gave votes to both, but more to Keanu. There's something about his big clueless ass that appeals to me. The thing I hated most about his gameplay was him constantly telling everyone everything. And a lot of people hated him trying to backdoor Rachel, but I think that was a very smart move game-wise because she was a huge threat. We're also going to see the reveal tonight that the Mastermind was Doctor Will. And the Mastermind thing was just not well done. It was very inconsistent. Like in BB26, Ainsley and then Junkie were very present, very consistent. The Mastermind crap felt random and sparse, long gaps with nothing. It was like the producers forgot and then saw a sticky note and were like, oh yeah, the Mastermind, yeah. I mean, it's just been meh for me, dog. So on to the winner of Big Brother 27. We did a poll asking who you think will win, not who should win. And at the time we started the poll, Long Island's low rent Holly Hobby was still in the mix. And that kind of made the results even funnier. At the time I shut down the poll, Beanie Baby Vince and his tears got 5% of the vote, with Goodwill Gertie coming in just below him at 4% of the votes. Floater Supreme Attorney Ashley scored 12%. And Morgan, the queen of comps and taking over Vinny's HOH, topped the poll at 79%. But of course, it's down to part 3 HOH. I do think Morgan and that 79% is heavily dependent on who sits next to her at the end, if she's the one who wins part 3. Morgan's worried she can't beat Vince because people might show grudging respect for his gameplay. But you know, Morgan has a better story than Ashley is what she thinks, right? And I think that's problematic thinking on Morgan's part. So tonight, Cody Calafiore gets some airtime as the jury roundtable host. I do think he's a good choice because Morgan's kind of making a choice similar to what Cody made with Derek, which cost Cody the game the first time he played, but got him a best friend for life. So here's the scenarios. Ashley is a lawyer, and the jury has never really gotten to see that side of her. Ashley was cam talking on the live feed saying the jury's going to see a whole other Ashley tomorrow, which is today by now. If she wins part 3 and takes Vince, I do think that Ashley will beat him narrowly. I think Will and Rachel's votes are a lock for her. Ava hates Benny, so I think Ashley might have her too. Morgan and Keanu would likely vote for Vince, and Lauren might as well. I do think Kelly will vote for Ashley because according to Keanu in the jury house, Rachel and Kelly are now besties. And I think that is Rachel out there working votes for Ashley. So in an Ashley versus Vince scenario, I could see Ashley winning 4-3. Now, if Morgan wins part 3, she's been saying that she will take Ashley, most likely because Morgan thinks her comp wins will carry her. But I think her cheat mance with Vince could be a minus because he's got so many haters in jury. I think Will and Rachel both vote Ashley over Morgan. They've been watching her and Vince all season long with rolled eyes. I saw on X people saying Keanu's going to hate having to vote for any woman in this scenario. I think he'd be torn. I think he likes Ashley more, but Morgan's a comp beast, which he respects. But at the same time, Keanu blames Morgan, not Vince, for his eviction. So I think Ashley may have Keanu as well. Kelly, I think, is likelier to vote for Ashley because of Rachel's influence. Lauren would probably vote Ashley too because she wanted Morgan out, and Lauren was sent to the jury by Morgan. As for Ava, I think she's closer to Ashley unless Ava votes for Morgan just to tick off Rachel, and Vince would vote for Morgan, obviously. Vince, I think, is hoping to move in with her and get off his parents' payroll and onto Morgan's. In an Ashley versus Morgan, I mean, it could be a big gap, 5-2, 6-1, with Ashley winning it. I know that's contrary to what our poll says, but if Morgan spends too much time talking about how basically she picked them off one by one by winning all these comps, I think that's problematic. Ashley may be stroking egos for votes. It's crazy to think about Ashley maybe winning in any scenario, but she might pull it off. I think Morgan has a blind spot about where Ashley stands with the jury because she's had her head up Beanie Baby's butt and sleeping by him all season long, while Ashley was working the house like it was her job. Vince got Morgan to final 2, but if Ashley plays this right, I think she could take it, especially if Morgan leans hard into comp wins over working the jurors. The main reason, though, I'd like to see Vince in final 2 because I'm interested to see if he just breaks down and sobs and, lays down in a puddle on the floor and begs for votes. An ad for Puffs Plus with lotion the last time of the season. I actually think Morgan would stand a better chance taking Vince to final 2 than Ashley. In the end, I think we are going to get a female winner again this season. Check back for Amazing Race coverage of the Big Brother season. I'm ramping that up now that BB27 is done. I can't wait to see if Riley's going to be at the finale and if Catherine's with him as his date or a hostage. And I can't wait to see what absolute diva ensemble that Jimmy is wearing, hoping to upstage whatever vintage monstrosity that Rachel has chosen for the finale. And I really hope Keanu's got his locks down to terrify Kelly one last time.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.